So, I have a question. Can Ian help with that or no?
Um, um, I don't know about that at this point. Good afternoon, good evening. How are you? I am so excited you're here, and I'm so excited to be here with you. I'm Janine Macklin. I am your Spirit and Riches guide and coach. And I am honored to be here. I'm so excited that you've joined me on this, I want to say call, but it's a live call. I had a birthday last week, and somewhere during the course of the week, I thought, why didn't I do something different? Why didn't I expand? Why didn't I grow into something different? And so instead of doing the call over the phone, as I usually do, you know, you can raise your hands and things like that. I thought, why not do the call live where you can see me and I can interact with you? And so that's the beginning of this new year journey, this new birthday year of stepping out and saying yes to something bigger, stepping out and saying yes to greater success and more success, stepping out to serving more and to touch more lives on a global level. And so I want to welcome you. I want to thank you for meeting me here in this space. I'm so excited and so humbled and honored by your presence. So I have two intentions. Okay, my first intention is to share with you tools, strategies, and techniques for you to understand how come you undercharge and then how to stop that. I really am here to honor your time, your space, and your presence for you showing up for yourself on this call. Because it's one thing to sign up. It's a completely different thing to invest in yourself, to invest in your business, to invest in your future, and actually show up on the call to get the information, to hear the information. I'm also here to extend an opportunity to you to enroll in two incredible programs that I've created for you that have been the tools that I have used to be able to help clients generate up to 3.3 million. And if you know my coach, Allison Bird, or you know my other coach, Lisa Nichols, then you know that there's no way I'm going to come and give you information and share information with you and then not give you an opportunity to play with me. Because I am so committed. This is one of my favorite, my dearest subjects, what I'm going to talk to you about. Because I really believe that every single last one of us deserve to have the abundance, the fulfillment, the joy, and the prosperity that we long for. And I'm real clear that there are just some key things that are the obstacles for that to happen. But it's your birthright. It's your inheritance. And I'm here tonight to say to you to please claim it. No one's going to give it to you. No one's going to bring it to your front door. It's yours. So maybe you didn't know that. So I'm telling you that. It's yours. The next thing I'm going to tell you is you have to claim it. You have to claim it and say, yes, I want it. And yes, I commit to it. And I have the courage, the clarity, and the confidence to step into living an abundant life, a prosperous life, to be able to have profits in your business, to be able to have relationships that are fulfilling, to see revenues in your business. That's your birthright. That's yours all day long. So that's my commitment to you. Those are my two intentions and why I'm showing up here for you this evening. I have to trust that you're showing up here because there's something that you want to see different in your life, in your experience with money, with wealth, with profits and revenue in your business. You may have the systems. My coach was on last week, Allison, rocking it. And I remember everyone in the feed kept saying that you had to ask for the sale. And I can remember those days when she was coaching me and she would say to me, ask for the sale. And I'd have the script and I'd have everything lined up and I would get on that phone and I would choke. I would just choke. I would start to stumble over it. I couldn't seem to get my bearing and my confidence and my clarity around asking for the sale. Now, I'm wondering if any of that resonates for any of you. So before I go too much further, let me tell you how you can talk with me. I understand that you can connect with me right here on YouTube. You can place comments there, as well as you have your own private Facebook group. It's Money and Wealth Mastery. So I say my team, but my crew that's around me will be checking Facebook to see what your comments are and what it is that you have to say. Any aha moments that you have, maybe even questions that you have, as well as I also have mine. So I will be checking too to see what it is that you're saying and how it is I can support you as we continue on this call. Or you can make your comments just right here on the YouTube. So my sense is that I want you to define for yourself right now. I want you to put an X on a piece of paper. Get your paper, get your pen, get some water. If you don't have all that, you have to come prepared and ready to go. And I just want you to put an X on one side of it. And I'm always reminded of Stephen Covey because that's what I work from and operate from in my life and in my business. Begin with the end in mind. And I want you to make a circle, an arc from one side to the other side on that paper. And what I want you to put on that other side is, what are you willing to move toward in your relationship with money? What are you willing to move toward? See, it's not about where you have been or what's going on in the past, because your past does not dictate your future. It's totally and solely about where are you going? Where are you heading? What do you want it to look like when you get there? So I want to start this call with you beginning now to look at it. What are you moving toward? What do you want your life to look like? How will you know that you have arrived? Because what kind of things will be happening, and what kind of things will you be feeling, and what kind of things will you be experiencing in your business, in your relationships, in your overall life, in your community? Start with the end in mind. What is it that you're going to move toward? Just take a few moments and think about that. Because sometimes we get so stuck in where we are that it's hard for us to see where it is we want to go. We start to feel so defeated, and we start to question ourselves and wonder, am I ever going to get there? And I need for you to know, yes, you're going to get there. And I want you to have laser focus on where it is that you want to go. So just take a moment, put an X over on this side, and then make an arc over here. What do you want to move toward as it relates to money in your business? On one side, make a T in your business and in your life. Just take a few moments and do that. We're starting with the end in mind. I want you to look beyond this present moment. I want you to look beyond wherever it has been, whatever it looked like, to where it is you want to go. I am that catalyst that can help accelerate your path, because I've walked this one out for you. I've walked it and I've lived it. If you work with me, then you know. And if you don't, you will come to find out. I only teach what I've lived and what I've been through. So I've walked this one out for you. And this is where you get to start. I didn't start there. I started kind of figuring my way through it and stumbling through it. But I know now with each client that I work with, we start with the end in mind. So when you get there, you know you're there, and you'll know what it feels like. You know what it is that reality is going to be when it's manifested. Maybe you want to create profits. Maybe you want to create a consistent cash flow. Maybe you want to create more intimacy in your relationship. Maybe you want to build a business. When I first started, I wasn't thinking about a business. I was going to my leadership program, and they were helping me plan a business, but that wasn't necessarily what I was thinking about. So I want you to define now for yourself what it is that you want. Now, I have manifested money. I have a dear friend, a mentor, who always calls me a manifester, probably for like the last 7 to 10 years. And I have been teaching money principles, proven prosperity principles that I live by, and sacred practices for over 20 plus years. We won't go into all the years, but just know I've got some time under my belt, because it was the place where I had the most difficulty. I mean, for the most part, my relationships were good. But when it came to money, there always seemed to be something that was missing. So that was where I began to put my time and my energy. And the first thing I did when I was fired and wanted to move into working for myself, I didn't even think I called it being an entrepreneur or CEO or having a business, is I hired a coach. I signed up with Lisa Nichols, the best in the business, and joined her year-long program, the Global Leadership Program. So if you've been on Facebook, you hear us saying things, I'm one of the gladiators. And they provided me with a great deal of tools. I had the systems. I knew what I was supposed to do. I had my 5 calls. I had my accountability group, but it didn't address what was happening inside of me that was impacting how come I was selling myself short. I had it all. I even worked, as I said earlier, with my coach, Allison Bird. And Allison would give me the script. She'd tell me what to do, tell me even what to say. But it did not change what it was that I was feeling inside myself whenever I would make those calls. And that's what I want to share with you. If you're here because you're shortchanging yourself and you know it, you're charging the prices based on what you think they will buy, or you're charging the prices based on anything outside of yourself, then I want to have this conversation with you. I've been able to walk clients from the verge of bankruptcy to generating in 3 years with 3 businesses, 3.3 million. So I'm talking to you about proven prosperity principles, sacred practices, and mindset shifts that you can do that will change the trajectory of your life. Bottom line, will change the trajectory of your future. What you choose today, what you decide today, the actions that you choose to take, the thoughts that you choose to think can change the trajectory of your life, thus change your future. And I love, love, love being the catalyst for that to happen. In my own life, my own journey, it's been an up and down roller coaster ride. I can't say that early on I wanted financial freedom. I hadn't really even thought about it. I was pretty much living paycheck to paycheck and wasn't really aware that there was another way to live, that there was anywhere near the life that I have right now, which to me really is breathtaking, because my history didn't indicate anything to me that this is the way it would be. My mother finished high school and became an LVN, I think it is, and my father worked for United Airlines. I don't know that he finished high school. And at that time, they called them sky caps. They would greet you at the curb. And I know now it's not too many people greeting us at the curb. And she bought 2 properties. She bought 1 property. She sold that one to buy another property. And that was pretty much it. So when you look at your life and you look at your circumstances and you begin to think, how will I ever get to that other side of where you want to go? I want to let you know you can get there. I also want to let you know that it's your divine birthright to get there and to have it. And what that means, and you're going to hear me say that over and over, what that means is that the entire universe is supporting you to get from where you are to where it is that you say you want to be. And for me, that is with financial freedom, without any limitations financially. I just want to be that person that guides you and walks you across that bridge to what your end looks like. So it's over the years of riding the roller coaster up and down that I went through different experiences and began to learn and understand about money. And when I made the choice to say yes, at this point in my life, to start a 3rd business, it was really about generating income to create a legacy for my son, for him to go to college, specifically to buy his first home, and to help him move forward in his life. So That was critical to me. So you have to understand my frustration when I've got Allison on one side and I've got Lisa Nichols on the other side, and I'm doing what they're saying and I don't see the results. I don't know, does that resonate for any of you? I'm gonna check the Facebook group and see if there's any comments in there. Does any of that resonate for you or make sense to you? Because one of the things that I know that I had to do, and one of the things that I know that you will have to do, is you will have to change your mental money zip code. What got you to where you are right now will not get you to the next level. What got me to where I was did not get me to where I am now. So jump in to Money and Wealth Mastery on the Facebook page. That's where I can answer your questions, give you your, listen to your your yahoos and aha moments, as well as any questions or comments that you might have that you want to share. Not only do you have to look at changing your money mindset, your mental zip code, it's also going to require that you look at your money story, your money habits, and your money perceptions. All of that has an impact on how come we sell ourselves short and we don't charge. We don't charge. We absolutely 100% undercharge. I have one client that I'm working with who has an incredible business. She has like 3 different businesses. And when we started working together, one of the first things that I found out was that in spite of having 3 businesses for easily 12 years, she's never increased her prices. And the piece behind that isn't that she's done an analysis in the market and the market is pretty much where she is. It has something to do with what's going on inside of her. It has something to do with how she feels about herself, which I could resonate with because that's the way it was for me. What it was that I was feeling about myself was having an impact on what was happening in my business. It was having an impact on my revenue. It was having an impact on my profits. It was having an impact on my bottom line. I have another client that I was working with, and her sense was that she had the skills and the ability, which is what I thought too, that those would just be transferred into having a business for herself. And it's not enough. I mean, how many of you have worked and worked and worked and worked? You know, if I could see you, I'd say raise your hand. How many of you have worked hard? You've done everything that you have been told to do, except for when you choke, maybe when it's time to actually ask for the sale. And you're still coming up short. Things still aren't happening the way that you want them to happen. You're not seeing the profits. You're not seeing the revenues. How many of you are experiencing that? Any sense of defeat? Any sense of doubting yourself and maybe thinking you don't have what it takes? Or ultimately thinking that your business isn't going to generate the revenue or the profits that you want? Does that resonate for anyone? Because that was what I was going through. And how does that feel for you? It could be that you want to move from your 6-figure or to a 6-figure mark. It could be that you have a book signing. It could be that you have a launch. It could be a teleseminar. But it doesn't generate what it is that you're wanting as your revenue, what you're wanting for the profits. How does that feel? Where do you feel that the most? Where do you feel that pain, that disappointment, that questioning, and that doubt? Well, one of the things that I found out, and it took me a while to find it out, so that's why I really want to share it with you, is that working hard is not enough. Working hard really happened to be the mentality that I had from growing up. My parents were working class parents. And the biggest thing they told me was work hard. Work hard. What about you? So when I came into doing my business, that's what I was doing. I was working hard in my business, not necessarily on my business, in my business. How many of us spend so much time working hard, taking care of everyone else, sacrificing ourselves for everyone else. Because the primary solution that we've been given for success is to work hard. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't work hard, but it's what you're working hard from. It's the mindset that you're working hard from. If you're working hard from a mindset that that's it, that's going to do it, that's going to generate the millions, the 100,000s, just work hard, work hard, work hard, all that's really going to do is make you tired. And you will find yourself frustrated, like I did, because it doesn't generate what you want because of what you're working hard from. Okay? What you're working hard from. So what that means is we have to navigate our history. Particularly if you're African American or you're Black, we have to navigate our history. Sorry, we've got crew back here doing different kind of things. Close that, please. We have to navigate our history, and our history is to work hard. Our history is to work hard. That's what our parents told us. That's what our grandparents told us. That's what everyone has told us. So much of how we define our lives, so much of how we define our purpose is working hard. We have done such amazing, incredible hard work for so many companies. I remember one person said one day, if all of the women, African-American women particularly, Black women decide to go on strike for one day, not to mention 2 or 3 days, how things would just stop and shut down in the world. Because we work hard. That's what we've been taught. But that's because so many of our parents had this working hard, working class mentality. And that can only take us so far. When we're really ready to look at doing something different and move into something different, the number one thing that sabotages us is this mentality of working hard. Let me tell you this one. When I started my business partner came to me with a celebrity referral. And when she came to me with that referral, she said, your price probably needs to be $5,000. And I said, oh no, it can't be $5,000. I'm okay with $3,000. That was some years ago. She could see in me what I couldn't see in myself and what many of us haven't been able to see in ourselves. And you'll have to hear this over and over and over because it is so programmed and ingrained in us that it's just what we do. But let me tell you, sabotaging yourself, selling yourself short is rooted in the fact that we think what we have to offer is based on what we do. So we do, and we do, and we do. We do at the expense of our health. We do at the expense of our sleep, at the expense of our relationships, at the expense of our businesses. And what I want you to hear is that what you have to offer in this world has nothing to do with what you do. It has to do with who you are. Who you are. That's it. Because that speaks to your value. Your story is only your story. Your unique gift is only your unique gift. There's no one else on this planet that has your gift. It's who you are. It's how you be. That is the value that you bring. Look, now I really wish I could actually see you. So all I can do is say to you, come here. Let me tell you something. Because I don't know if anyone really said it to me when I was growing up. And so I want to say it to you as many times as I can, as often as I can. And maybe they said it to you and you just don't hear it enough. But let me tell you something. Who you are is your value. Who you are is your value, not what you do. It's not what you do. It's who you are. See, listen, there are 7 billion people on this planet, and there's only one you. There's only one you. Nobody walks like you. Nobody talks like you. Nobody lives and breathes and be in the world like you. You are a one-of-a-kind divine design. No one has your story but you. And that's the value that you bring. It's not what you do that people want and people pay for and people want to experience. It's who you are. It's the value that you bring. Bring value and people will pay for you. Bring value and people will pay for it. Do you hear me? It's not what you do, boo. You have been doing and doing and doing and sacrificing and giving for the kids and the family and the husband and the church and the community and doing and doing. And then wondering, how come they don't get it? How come they don't see? Well, they can't see it because you don't see and haven't been taught and haven't consistently heard that you have value. You have value. Not what you do, but you, your story, your presence, your life has the value. So when you show up in relationships, you have to show up knowing that you're bringing value to the table. When you're working in your business, you want to know that you're bringing value and that there are people who will pay for the value you bring. So to the question, are you selling yourself short? Why you do it? How come you undercharge? Because you haven't tapped into how valuable you are on this planet. And no one is saying it to you, so I need for you to start saying it to yourself. I need for you to start saying it to yourself. Let's just start there. Can you say that with me? I have value. Say that. Type it, write it. I'm not seeing you chatting with me. Chat with me, talk with me. You leaving me hanging out here by myself. I have value. I bring value. And more importantly, you know what I want you to know? Is you matter. You matter. Not what you do, but who you are. What you know. Your story. And your story is yours. No one else has that story. That's the value that you bring. So when we're looking at how do we sabotage ourselves, we sabotage ourselves because we don't know our value. And we choose to work and work and work because that's the mentality that we have grown up with. So one of the first things to begin to do is to recognize the value that you bring, recognize the value that you are on this planet. There's nothing and no one else like you. Anywhere on the planet. Nowhere. No one. Nothing. So can you write that down? I have value. Can you put that somewhere on a Post-it that you can see on a consistent basis? And then some of you who choose to work with me, what we want to deep dive into for you to recognize is, okay, so what is that value? What is that that's uniquely you? Because there's no one else like you. It's the fact of not knowing our value that sabotages our success. Even if you're at 5 figures, you want to go to 6 figures, or you want to just take that next step to whatever it is, it's the issue of your value, what's happening inside that's going to impact you taking that next step. With all the systems and everything in place that focuses on out here, what I do is help you focus on what's happening in here. Because what's happening inside of you is ultimately what shows up in your life as your reality. And so much of what we do and we hear in business and entrepreneurs and trailblazers and CEOs and game changers is what we're doing out here. And then we don't understand sometimes why we choke or why we get blindsided. Someone just recently hired me to work with them who had made $500,000 in a weekend and still felt blindsided by several things that had happened. And my work is around what's happening inside of you. So that's one of the ways that you're sabotaging yourself. And that's the why to sabotaging yourself. Did you write that down? I have value. I need for you to write that down. I need for you to know that. I need for you to hear that. I need for you to allow that to become something that's like active within your consciousness and in your thinking about yourself. Because you have to think it about yourself first before others will be able to hear it and feel it and know it and say yes to whatever it is that you want to offer them. The next thing, let me simply say, money is energy. And I would love to deep dive into that with you at some point. But right now, I want you to understand that money is energy. And based on the relationship you have with money will determine the prices that you set. It'll determine what you charge. Your relationship with money. So now you may look at yourself and say, I'm a spender. You may look at yourself and say, I'm a miser. You may look at yourself and say, I'm a hater. Maybe you're someone who hates money. I don't know too many people that hate it, but you're afraid of, dealing with it. That's one level. But when I talk about energy, I'm talking about your relationship to it. And see, I didn't really think about having a relationship with money until recently. I was working with a client and I was asking her, how is your relationship with money? How are things going with money? And it was really difficult to seem to identify what was really going on. And so I put it in the context of, if money was a relationship, like if money was a man, money was a woman, money was a relationship, how would you describe it? And so what she said was, oh, well, that's the case. Then sometimes it's here, sometimes it's not. I can't depend on it. It comes and it goes. It was really kind of wishy-washy because she couldn't see her relationship with money. So what I came to realize is that in some instances, we're chasing money. In some instances, we're dating money. And in some instances, we're married to money. But what's going to impact how we charge, whether we sell ourselves short, is going to be the relationship that we have with money. And many of us are not aware of the energy of money. See, I meant to have $100 bill for you to see, so I could just for effect. I always keep $100 bill in my purse, in my wallet. Money is just a piece of paper with pretty pictures on it. Okay, that's what we look at it as. And we forget to recognize, there's one. It's a picture. It's pretty, huh? Piece of paper. Right now I could tear it and it would tear. But what we forget to recognize is that money is energy. It's energy. So when we want to relate to money, we want to deal with money, we want to talk about money, we want to recognize that it is energy. And we want to become aware of the relationship that we have with money. And what's so key for me is I need for you to understand that money, joy, fulfillment, it's your birthright. It's yours. It's waiting for you to claim it. Now, the key is how you claim it. Because see, we've been thinking that if we work hard, that's how we claim it. That's not it. Because when you remember, money is energy. This is just a symbolism. This is a piece of paper that, as long as I hold it here, it's not going to do anything. But when you recognize it as energy, then how you claim it, how you attract it, how you pull it into your life and your experiences so that it'll support and manifest what you want to see in your life is through energy. It's through energy. You can work hard all you want to, and you may still not get to the $1 million. Because it has to do with your money knowledge. It has to do with your money story. It has to do with your habits, your beliefs, and your perceptions about money. And for too many of us, that's what I found out for myself. So remember, I'll just speak for myself. When we haven't updated our money knowledge, when we're not even aware of our money story, because it's so unconscious and subconscious, then we end up taking actions and habits from our 8 or 9-year-old self. Now, why do I say 8 or 9-year-old self? It's because that's where we begin to learn our money stories. That's where we begin to see how our parents, our mom, our grandparent, the foster parent, whoever it was that raised us, that's when we began to see what was happening with money. And it's from there that we began to garner our ideas about money. So have you upgraded yours? Have you transformed your money story so that it'll fuel what you want in your business and in your life? So that you're not selling yourself short? Have you updated your money knowledge? And that includes that money is energy. Because that's what's also sabotaging you in your success. It's your relationship with yourself. It's your relationship with money. And then the third piece that I want to talk to you about has to do with your heart. So I want you to take a deep breath. Your heart. When you understand that money is energy, then what I need for you to understand is that money cannot flow through any place where it's been dammed up. If you're broken, if your spirit's broken, if your heart's broken, how is money going to flow? If there's shame, if there's resentment, if there's anger, how are you going to be in anger and abundance? It's like, how are you going to be in fear and faith at the same time? Your heart has far more to do with your money than you know. Far more to do with your money than you know. Because we just keep looking at it as this piece of paper with these pretty pictures on it. We don't make the association to our heart. We don't make the association really to our consciousness, to our thoughts and what we're thinking. It's just money. It's a transaction. But there's so much more to money connected to our hearts than we've ever been taught, than we ever know. So much more. And so if you think of a dam, that when the boulders and the rocks begin to fill it up, there's only little pieces that can trickle through, a little bit of the water that can stream through, because it's all dammed up. So what becomes so important for you to be able to charge the price that you really, for the value that you bring, is that your heart is healed. Is that you're able to take the time to heal your heart. Because you recognize that it really is, it's the gateway. Your heart is the gateway for more consistent cash flow, for more money to flow, for more love to flow, for more joy to flow, for more fulfillment to flow in your life. It's the gateway. See, we've been taught that, we work hard and then the money's going to come. So I know that people are up to 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning on a regular basis because they're working hard. But if your heart's broken, if you've got a lot of shame that you're holding on to secretly that no one knows about, a lot of guilt, a lot of doubt, if you're not incongruent with your relationship with yourself, you're out of congruency. You're not in alignment with your relationship with yourself. Money is trying to find you. Money's trying to come to you and come through you, but it's not able to do it because at this point, everything's basically jammed up and it blocks it from flowing in your life. 3 things. Why you undercharge, why you're selling yourself short. It has to do with your relationship with yourself, your money, and your heart. So what I would encourage you to do is understand that that has to shift. When you shift your relationship with yourself, to know you have value, that you bring value when you sit at the table, and up-level your money knowledge, your skills, your money story, then you can move from those times when you feel blindsided and you're feeling frustrated and so defeated. And you're questioning whether or not you matter. You question whether or not anyone's going to pay the price that you set. The biggest thing for you to understand about your heart is you will make the amount of money that you have the capacity for. It's what you have the capacity for. And the capacity that you have, this is all inside work. This is the inside work. Has to do with an open heart, has to do with knowing your value, has to know that you are that one of a kind divine design and that there's no one else on this planet like you. No one else has your gift. No one else has your story. So when you're walking around sometimes trying to get someone to see what you have to offer, to understand it, realize nobody knows it but you because it's only been given to you. God, life, and the universe only gave it to you. And what we get to do, what I get to do is walk alongside you as you move from this side and walk across that bridge to the other side of where it is you want to be and what it is you want to see showing up in your life. The three things that's sabotaging you, that's getting in the way of you experiencing the success and the profits that you're longing for. The three things that were getting in my way was relationship with myself, not knowing my value, relationship with money, not having a relationship with money, and my heart, from being broken, from sadness, from disappointment, from doubt, all of that. But what I also know is that when you're ready, when you're really hungry, when you're ready for your life to be different, you want some new money now, new money for 2015, you're ready to do some things different, just make a needlepoint move. And another needlepoint move, and another needlepoint move. We walk together. You know, those needlepoint moves on the clock become an hour. Those hours become a day. Those days become a week. Those weeks become a month. Those months become a year. And it's the same thing for you. Is to be able to make those moves. Let me ask you something. Can you even begin to imagine what your life will be like for you when you have what it is you say that you want? Imagine that. Remember, we started with the end in mind. What would your life be like? What would your business be like? What would your relationship be like when you walk in knowing the value that you bring? Consistent cash flow, six-figure business, a home, vacation, retirement, a legacy. What is it that you want your end to be? And then how fast do you want to get there? Are you willing to get there sooner, quicker, and faster than I did? Because you can get there sooner, quicker, and faster than I did. Like I said, I've walked this out for you already. There's some bumps in the road that you don't have to stumble over. There's some potholes that I can say you want to go around that, sis. You don't want to do that. See, I need for you to be able to imagine what you want it to be, to look beyond where you are now, to look beyond any kind of things that have happened in the past, to look beyond your circumstances. We can walk from bankruptcy to $500,000 or $1 million. We can walk from 50,000 to 100,000. We can make that journey across that bridge for you to begin to claim your birthright. And that is abundance, prosperity, fulfillment, joy, and happiness. Tell me this, if you had $100,000 in the bank, it was an inheritance. Someone sent you a letter, attorney called you and said there's money in the bank for you, you have to claim it. What would you do? Would you claim that? I do believe you would. You would, and if they said you had to come to the bank, I'm just checking Facebook to make sure I haven't missed any of you. You would go to the bank, get in your car, ride your bike, take a bus, or get a taxi or Uber, and go to that bank to make sure that you claimed what was yours. So all I'm asking you to do is be willing to claim what's yours now. And financial freedom is yours. It is the last chain that I think and I know needs to be broken for you, for me, for all of us to step into the powerful beings that we are on this planet, to make the changes in not only our own lives, but in our community and in the world on the global level, through the services that we provide, through the products that we provide. It's about us up-leveling our knowledge. I've got a post in here. For some reason, my iPad is doing something. For us to be able to change our money story, to have the strategies and the tools so that we can actually be who we are on this planet, claim our birthright, and be able to generate businesses and legacies for ourselves and for our families. Now, I don't know if anyone has any questions. You can put them here from what I understand. This is my first time. I was excited about it. Still a little nervous about it. Or you can put them on Facebook if you have questions. Because in a moment, I'm going to take you to join me for an opportunity for us to walk together, to walk you across that bridge from where you are to where it is that you say you want to be. And I recognize that this offer and this opportunity isn't for everyone. I know that some of you may feel that you're okay with what you're doing right now, but I want to be the person to support you. I want to be the one to guide you into greater financial freedom. Because I tell you, I'm living a breathtaking life. It's absolutely wonderful. The properties, the clients I get to serve, my first class travel, the people that I get to meet, but most of all, the peace of mind that I live with is nothing that when I was 12 or 13 or 22 or 24 or 30 that I would have imagined for myself. And if I can do it, then you can too. You can too. And I want to be that guide to support you and walk with you to do that. I want to be the one that helps you show up for yourself in your life and in your business and in your future. Because you understand what you do right here today, tonight, that ultimately shows up in your life tomorrow. It doesn't show up in my life. It shows up in your life. I can want it all for you. If I could claim it for you, I would, but I can't. But I can be that guide. I can be that catalyst for you to claim it for yourself. So if you have any questions, I'll take your questions at this time. And then I want to walk you through two incredible, wonderful programs that I have. If you are clear that you're not ready to walk across that bridge right now, first of all, I don't know how come. Because it's your birthright to claim your financial freedom. And when it comes to any kind of freedom, we have to claim it. And it may not come at the most opportune time. It may not come when it's nice and comfortable. It's going to come and knock on our door and say, do you want this or not? And in most of those instances, it becomes necessary and significant for us to say yes, with our knees knocking and our teeth chattering and tears streaming down our face and the quivering in our belly saying, I'm not sure, but I'm still going to say yes. Because that's what I had to do when it came time for me to invest in myself and my business. I had looked in my library to see who could guide me, who could be that person. I found Lisa Nichols' book, No Matter What. And I'd gone through her book and I'd highlighted things in her book and I went on her website to see how I could work with her and I couldn't find anything. And I received an email from someone I didn't even know to this day, Connie Castro. And she was going to have Lisa speak at one of her dinners. And it was $65. And I thought the universe doesn't get any better than that. I did everything I could, get me a nap, got there for dinner. And of course, if you know Lisa, Lisa was the last person to speak. Lisa spoke until like 12 o'clock at night. I didn't get to talk to her till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And I went there at one level. And Lisa said, no, let's come up to another level. So I want you to always know that you always want to be working with someone who's 5 to 10 steps ahead of you. And because they are, it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to pull you out of your comfort zone. It is going to take you and say, hey, you want to move this way. If it's not doing that, then it's not moving you enough to where you want to go. You want to be uncomfortable. It's going to shake you. It's going to cause you to just say, oh my God, what did I do? And that's just what I did that night after I signed up for her program. I wrote the check bigger than I'd ever written for myself. I'd write it for my son. I'd write it for my home. I'd write it for his programs. I'd write it for his medical care. But for me, that's okay. I don't have to. But that night, That's what I did. Because that's what we do. We call you to the higher vision that we hold for you, that we know you can have and you can live and step into, to speak the words and speak life into what it is that you say you want for yourself. And that's what I'm doing now, is I'm calling you to step into the life that you say that you want for yourself. Now, if this isn't something you want to do right now, then I am so honored and so grateful and so thankful that you have been with me on this journey. I wish you well. You know how to reach me at www.janinemacklin.com. You have a number to reach me at 310-978-7133. But for those of you who are ready for financial freedom, who are ready to say yes to charging what you are worth, to begin to understand the significance of your value in what it is that you do and what it is that you have to offer, then I want you to take a walk with me, because we're going to help you walk across that bridge. And what I want you to go to is www. I'm going with you. Yes to success and wealth.com. www. Yes to success and wealth. Successandwealth.com. Because money is just one thing. I have one woman that just recently hired me because she could do money. She could do money in a heartbeat. But when it came to a wealth consciousness, that was something different. It calls for more expansion. It required that she expanded and not just do money, 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 money. So I set this up around having wealth and success in all areas of your life. I just don't want you to have money. I want you to be happy. I want you to have fulfillment. I want you to have yummy love. I want you to have moments where you're just tickled and you're excited about life and you're vibrant in your life and your health. I want you to have it all. And I know that you can have it all because I have it all. So join me at yes to success and wealth.com. Hopefully your safari is doing better than mine. So what you'll find here is a wonderful picture. But below that, it says to you, are you willing to say yes to your money mindset mastery? Because that's what it's really about. It's about mastering the mindset that you have about money, the knowledge that you have about money. It's about upgrading that. My mother taught me as much as she could, but nowhere in the course of her living did my mother ever tell me money was energy. Nowhere in the course of her living did she tell me that my heart was also a part of what would be important in manifesting money. I learned that when I started to feel defeated when I was doing my work. I learned that when I started experiencing doubt, if anybody would ever really buy from me, if what I had to offer was of any value to someone. I learned that one on my own. So I know now, and I can tell you, there is a need to up-level your knowledge about money and your money story. I've heard people tell me their money stories, that they're not going to have enough, that money doesn't grow on trees, that money doesn't make you happy. We have tons of them. And see, the thing about the stories that I need for you to know, because you'll be like, oh, well, it's no big deal. The reason why it's a big deal is because these are unconscious and subconscious thoughts. Right now, I know as we begin to talk about this product, there's an internal conversation going on inside of you while you're listening to this external conversation with me. And it's the internal conversation that ultimately drives what you end up doing and the action that you take. And what I'm making you aware of tonight is that conversation is being driven by your 8, 9, 10, or 12-year-old self. Claim your divine birthright to money, fulfillment, and success. So are you ready? Are you ready to explode your business and break through the 6-figure mark? And I know everybody's talking about 6-figure, but why not? Why not 6 figures? Unleash your power to manifest and attract more money, because that's what it's really about. to be able to sit and have a vibration that attracts money, that attracts clients, to sit and have an energy and a vibration that attracts your love and attracts fulfillment in your life. Now that's yummy and that's juicy. And each and every one of you can do it. So the first program that I'm offering you is called Money and Wealth Mastery. Now this is a combination of the two. This is a deep dive with me because it's around money and around wealth, and it's around your consciousness. And this is so you can live a greater sense of worth and value to generate riches and wealth. I will learn how to, first thing up, upgrade my skills, beliefs, perceptions, and money knowledge. I'll learn how to live a value-based life and business for greater results. Not a work hard life, but a value-based life. I'll learn to heal my heart of not enoughness and embrace my worth and value. I'll learn to master my feelings for success, trust my intuition, and trust myself. You got to be able to trust yourself. I'll learn how to understand how I am the creative force in my life. See, you're the one that's creating your life. You may think it's someone else. You may think it's your circumstances. You may think it's your situation, but I need for you to know how powerful and amazing you are, and that the value that you bring is necessary on this planet. We need what you have to offer. And I need for you to be okay with charging so that you can take care of yourself, your family, your children, your retirement, your vacations, buy your home, and live your breathtaking life. Your program includes 8 group coaching calls with me. So it doesn't matter where you are. We can still work together to get you across the bridge. It's 4 training calls. It's 4 prosperity prayer and Q&A sessions. Those have come out of my previous courses where we took time to actually talk about what was going on in a person's experience in that moment. And I could give them what I call spiritual hits and insights and information about what they need to do to course correct. And then we close that out with a prayer. It includes a 32-page money mindset workbook. And you also get a copy of my Let's Get You Happy, 4 Steps to Your Happy, which is your required reading. All of these calls are recorded. All of them are recorded. The intention right now is for this program to start on December 4th. And I know you may think, well, the holidays are coming, but really, how do you handle your money during the holiday seasons? What's your relationship with your money during the holiday seasons? Are you ready to have new money now, or even new money in 2015? Are you going to continue to do the same thing with your money that you do every year? I have 7 slots that's open for this program. It's a $1,597 program, $1,597, and the value of it is $39.88. The difference is between whether it's a group program or it's an individual program. The bonus is that you get a one-on-one laser focus session with me if you pay for it now, tonight, in full. Or you can make payments. Save your seat. Make a payment of $420. You'll be billed 21 days apart, and you've got a seat at the table for us to begin to help you up-level your value, up-level your worth, generate the profits and the revenues that you want to see in your life. Or I have the Money Mindset Mastery Program. This is a fun program. It's a fast program. This helps you hit the ground running so that you can shift your money stories. I need you to develop some powerful, incredible, limitless money stories so that will change the trajectory of your life and your business. What you'll learn in this class is I want you to turn those lies you've been told and taught about money into fuel for your success. Turn it into fuel. I want you to be able to stand in your value and generate revenue and profits and peace of mind. And I want to show you how to get married to money so you're not chasing money. I want you to let go of your resentments, your guilt, and your shame that's blocking my wealth. Identify my power language. You have power language and you have an energy that you can hold. Like people talk about holding space that you can hold that will help you create staggering success. Create your own sacred practices for success, creativity, and clarity. And this program includes 6 group calls with me, the 32-page Money Mindset Workbook. All these calls are going to be recorded as well. And I only have 9 slots for this program. You can enroll tonight for $9.97. And the bonus there as well is a 1-hour laser focus session with me. And we focus on where you are and where it is you want to go specifically in one area of your life. Or you can make payments and get your seat tonight as well for $375. You can take that action right now. One of the things that I want you to know, and you can see it here if you're on the page with me, it's my mission to guide serious entrepreneurs, thought leaders, women who have a big vision and want to make a big difference, to powerfully claim their divine birthright to financial freedom, money, fulfillment, and joy through powerful, proven prosperity principles and sacred practices. They're proven principles that will help you see a change in your life and change the trajectory of your future. Now, the guarantee is that there is no cash refunds for cancellation. There are credits, though, for up to a year for your workshops, for a live event, or for another program. Now, if you have any questions, well, I walk some of those out for you as well. So if you want to make additional payments, Marla, which some of you may know already, is a program concierge, and she would contact you regarding that. If you say you can't be on the call, I understand that Marla's back there waving her hands. I understand that there are conflicts at times. So all the calls will be recorded, and it is our intention to have those to you in 48 hours after the call. How do you know it's for you? Well, your heart's going to tell you that. If you stayed on this call this long, then your heart will tell you, and your soul will say yes. If your mind distracts you or comes up with all these reasons around lack and smallness to keep you where you are, to rob you of your birthright, then you know and have a sense that this is for you. I tell you, when I signed up with Lisa Nichols' program, knees were knocking, teeth were chattering, tears were streaming down my face. And I just thought, oh my gosh, what am I doing? And it was far more than both of these programs. But I had to say yes to myself at some point. At some point, I had to step out on that skinny branch and say yes. I had to prove to myself that I could do it and have the resources to make that happen. So I won't convince you, but you can talk to me. I'll be on here. You can call me. And I'll talk to you about the results that you'll see in your life. But I want you to be willing to snatch your power back and claim your birthright. You claim it, and I'll walk across that bridge with you. Why are the payments higher than the one-time payment? Well, payments make it easy to invest. I did payments when I did several of my programs. I could invest that day and begin to move toward my financial freedom, and so can you. It allows you to say yes to work with us. The fees are just like when you pay for your car, or just like when you pay for your mortgage or on a credit card. It's no different than that. So now you get to choose. You get to choose the money and wealth mastery or the money mindset mastery. You get to make a choice right now for your future. You get to be the one that decides if your future is going to look different than your past. You get to look beyond where you are, to see where it is you want to go. And wherever it is that you want to go, I want you to write that and put that up on a paper for you to see it. And I want to walk with you across that bridge and help you see it becoming your reality so that you have consistent cash flow. And even when you don't have the consistent cash flow, you're not in overwhelm and worry and doubt and fear because you know how to attract the money. You know how to create your reality. You have the tools. You will have upgraded your mindset and your knowledge and your skills and will have created a new money story that will empower you to know that the money is still on its way. It's coming. The clients are coming. Life is unfolding perfectly according to your divine design and your plan. It has been my pleasure to talk with you this evening. You know where to reach me, www.janinemacklin.com. You can leave comments here on YouTube. You can call me at 310-978-7133. You can email me, Janine. Yeah, my mother did something really cool, like JENENNE, Janine at JanineMacklin.com. I am rooting for you. I care about you. I want you to snatch your financial freedom and live it. I want you to serve all that you feel like you've been called to serve. I want you to step into your divine gift. And I want you to recognize that there's no one on this planet like you. You are a one-of-a-kind design. And the world needs what you have to offer. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to speaking with you. I look forward to walking across that bridge with you. I'm Janine Macklin. I'm your Spirit and Riches guide and coach. And I'm that catalyst to move you from where you are to where it is you can be. And that's with financial freedom and without limitation. I greet you with love and respect.
Ian, you have a phone call. Phone.
To where it is you can be, and that's with financial freedom and without limitation. I greet you with love and respect.
Wow, that was good. So do you know how many people are on there?
23.
You have 43 on Facebook.
Gosh, really? I need to get to talk to them. Yeah, thank you guys. Oh, wow. Yeah, all that's on there. I think I stopped it. Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, let me go on Facebook and see if I can get anybody. 43 on Facebook. That's cool. Mm-hmm.
So one of the problems that I see is that a lot of people are having problems getting on to that